a very exciting live stream. This is my first time trying to live stream simultaneously to both Substack and YouTube. So we're going to see how this goes. I have no idea how it's going. So this could be seen by nobody, but it also could work. So very excited to see how this goes. If you are here and you happen to see a chat, um, please, yeah, please say hi, and let me know that you are. I'm curious. Okay, it looks like things are connected. It looks like things are connected. I really hope this is working. Um, and we're all good. Cool. Okay. Beautiful. I think it's all connected. Okay, anyways, so my plan for today and for these monthly live streams is to do some what would we call it? Writing sprints, basically. Do some writing sprints. So it is a beautiful Thursday evening. It is a happy hour type thing. I'm just having sparkling water, but that's okay. I haven't gotten very much writing done today, so I'm excited to get it done with you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a 20-minute writing sprint. You can write along with me. Thank you so much for bearing with me as we do this for the first time in a very long time. And we're going to, yeah, come along. We're going to do a little 20-minute writing sprint together. And then I have a little surprise in the middle. So I think on future ones too, I am going to have people join me. But this one today is just me. If you are happening to see this, I would love to hear what you're working on, what you're writing. For me today, I am still working on the Nutcracker effect, but we are getting there slowly. So I have the printed out version, which I don't know if I'm going to use this today. I've been doing a pattern of writing, like doing all of the edits on the page. I don't know, you can see here. It's, completely, totally organized and thoughtful and logical editing going on. And then bringing them, oh dear, my hole punch is messed up. Oh no. Oh dear, that could be a disaster. Um, and then bringing them onto my laptop. Okay, but my hole punch is having a disaster. No, this is terrible. So I think I'm just going to be editing on my laptop today. I'm on my fourth POV character. There are 5, which is not so. I have, so yeah, and his next few scenes should be pretty straightforward. A lot of what I've been doing has been rewriting. And in this case, this one is a less of a rewriting, and these two should be more just like editing, I think, hopefully. I say that every time, and then I end up rewriting everything. So, I have no idea if this is going to Substack, but I hope so. So let's get started. I'm gonna put a little 20-minute live stream. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little show 20-minute live stream. That's silly. No, it's 20-minute writing sprint. 20-minute sprint. Cool. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna show. Um, yeah, and we'll go with that and get a little bit of writing done. All right, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey there. So the thought was to do a quick writing sprint. So in like 5 minutes, we'll end the sprint, come back and chat a little bit. Okay, well, we don't have very many people here, so I'll say hi. May as well pause it. Pause it now, anyways. Um, I'm just editing my Nutcracker Effect, one of my POV chapters. Aussie Gypsy, that's a fun that's a fun username. I'm also, yeah, very excited that this chat is working. So thank you for verifying for that for me. Really appreciate it. Oh yeah, of course. Aussie Gypsy, it must be 8:15 a.m. there. That makes sense. Well, thank you so much for jumping on, even for a couple of minutes. If you do have like 2 minutes to say, maybe if you're working on if you have a work in progress you're working on or something, um, kind of thought was to do these a little bit more regularly and share what we're working on and et cetera, et cetera. Um, this one is a funny chapter. I am actually quite enjoying editing it. It's decent so far. Um, there's it's a weird one. There's a lot of telling, but it happens quite a ways in, right after a big reveal, so I think it's gonna be okay, and I think it's actually decently well written, so I'm not changing a ton here. Um, I'm changing a little bit, but not a ton. Um, and that's always great, so I think I should be able to get through it. Yes, that's right about the Australia bit. No working for fair enough, yeah. Um, beauty. Oh, and there's a little timer for how long the comments are shown. Who knew? Yeah, I am so excited to be done with this round of this project. I am hopefully close. Um, I definitely need to get it to more readers and do more editing. For some reason, this one, I think I have lost some of my momentum generally. I used to be a little bit more disciplined than I currently am. To be fair, I was also writing a play and stuff at the same time as trying to edit this, and I'm well, as soon as I have two projects, and creating a writing course as well. As soon as I have a number of projects, I don't know if anybody else is like this. I'm just everything blows up. It's terrible. And I end up working on like nothing instead of when I need to work on more, it ends up just being nothing. But hoping to get back into the groove. And I have found live streams and writing sprints like this to be a really good way to kind of facilitate that. Um, yeah. I also so I use Novelpad, which is like an browser version of Scrivener, I guess. It's not nearly as like fully featured and it's not the same as Scrivener, but the reason I like it is because you have scene cards and you can pull the scene cards around between your chapters, which maybe in terms of writing software is like really basic functionality. But I like it because it just makes it so much easier to edit, and I can't believe I ever edited with Google Docs. It also does revisions really well. So you can like have a scene and say create new revision, and that's really helpful. And you can look at the revision side by side. They did do an upgrade, which I'm considering going back to the classic version because I don't like it as much so far, but we'll see. But the nice thing, the thing I do like is that they count how long you've been writing, but I think they might count how much time you're like actually typing or at least how long your tab is open because if I go to another tab, it doesn't count it. So it's like 60 minutes of real writing time is my goal every day. And it's a really good way to track. So I do want to get this scene done. So what I'm gonna do is let's maybe do a like 10-minute sprint so we can chat a little bit more. I will put a tick thing up. Let's do 10-minute sprint back 6:20. Oh, look at me. 6:28 p.m. And we'll save and we'll show. And yeah, off we go. Let's get some writing done. All right, that basically does it. It's 6:20. Yeah, it's 6:28. Perfect timing. So I actually did finish that scene, which is crazy. Love that for me. It was, you know, when you read something that you wrote and you're like, this is good. Like that is not always how I feel about my writing. But this one I was like, damn, yeah, that's pretty decent, even though there's a fuck ton of sorry, um telling in it. It is good, which goes against what one would think when editing. But um and then I kind of flipped back to an earlier scene and I was like, is this that character's voice the whole time? And it is for sure. It's just not as, I suppose I write much better scenes when the scenes are like super emotionally charged. Not like the writing is just better. It would, and maybe that's true for everybody. When there's something that is still emotionally charged, it still is. It's still essential and important to be there, but it's kind of less important. Like the scene before, they're having a really intense confrontation, but I don't know, maybe it's just that some scenes are so prototypical of the character that it really feels easy to write. So that's great. I'm glad I edited that one. I am going to try to do the next one on this stream. These are both two just they're very cute romancy chapters because in my book there is a mystery with one of the characters. We don't know, well, we don't really know what his secret is, but it's a romance novel. His secret is obviously that he's dating somebody, and we don't know who it is. He's dating them in secret. And then we don't find out. He has until his second chapter, which is chapter 13. So things are like a little, the balance is a little off in the beginning. So on Monday, he only has one chapter. On Tuesday, he has two chapters. On Wednesday, he has like three chapters. On Thursday, he has one or two chapters. Um, so the balance of the POVs is off a little bit, but it kind of has to be because he is a mystery and it's really hard to write his scenes before we know the secret because it's kind of not natural. So he only really has two before we know the secret, and we basically learn the secret at the end of the second, which I love as a driver for getting to people to keep reading, etc. It is just a trickier one to write. So now we get to be basking in Christmas joy, sort of, before everything goes crazy. So instead of just doing writing sprints, I'm gonna click a little thing here. Instead of just doing writing sprints, the other thing I thought would be fun to do on this live stream, I have been pulling up this book recently, Self Editing for Fiction Writers: How to Write Yourself into Print, and it is actually I'm reading it again, and I've read it like a long time ago, and it's really holding up. And part of me is like, why didn't I know some of the stuff that I feel like I learned a couple years ago? I'm like, well, like it's in this. Hello. Although interesting, like they have this whole thing about how to do emotion, and there's an acronym and stuff like that. But what they also have in this book, which is really cool, are exercises. Exercises taken from their workshops and stuff on how to make the dialogue better. So I thought it would be kind of fun to do one together. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a dialogue exercise. Dialogue is my favorite. I love dialogue. Then we're going to do another like 15-minute writing sprint, and then we will be on and off with our Thursday evenings. So let me share my screen. I did just copy and paste this teeny tiny self-editing exercise over into a Google Doc. Let me just make sure this is good. Okay. So in their dialogue checklist, this is a great book. They say first read the dialogue out loud, read your narration out loud. You should read every word out loud. That's funny. I was telling you that if you subscribe to my Substack, last week I was talking about the play that I wrote, and I didn't realize that something rhymed. the line was something like, I imagined her playing her liar, leading women in a choir. And as soon as the actor said that, I was like, no, oh my God, we're not Dr. Seuss. And the director looked at me and she was like, didn't you read this out loud? And I was like, guess not. And she said, novel writer. um, but I'm pretty bad at it, honestly, reading it out loud. But I should, and we're gonna do that. As you read, be on the lookout for places where you're tempted to change the wording. Give in to this temptation whenever you can. How smooth and polished is it? Can you use more transactions? Is your dialogue really exposition in disguise? How well do your characters understand one another? Do they ever mislead each other? Any outright lies? And how about dialect? Um, basically, they're saying if you use a lot of unusual spellings, try not to, and maybe it'll still sound like dialect. Cute. There's another chapter that was more about like explaining in dialogue. Okay, yeah, check your dialogue for explanations, cut the explanations, etc. Highlight adverbs. So they really cover things in detail. The dialogue is over multiple chapters. So here was the example. And yeah, since we're editing, let's edit this. So this is a piece from one of their workshops. Again, self-editing for fiction writers, great book. As they sat quietly catching their breath, Getz said, we've all been diving together for a long time and are very comfortable with each other. I understand your experience, but you are new to us, so I wonder if you would mind my giving you a quick quiz just to satisfy ourselves of your basic competence. Go ahead, sir. Okay, this is easy. What is your maximum no decompress bottom time at 3 atmospheres? Does anybody dive? I have no idea what any of this means. The US Navy tables allow 60 minutes at 60 feet with a standard rate of ascent. Good luck, Mr. Wheeler. Welcome aboard. You see, we try not to take chances. We are frequently more than 10 hours from a constant position, and there is no recompression chamber in the country. We don't push the tables. Lou grinned boyishly, speaking with a cigarette in his mouth. You mean we don't regularly push the tables? See, that last line is really fun. And it makes me feel like, okay, um, and I know we're all anti-adverb or whatever. I mean, I'm not, but some people are. I love the adverb boyishly. I think that's great. So, what was our task in this exercise? The goal was to edit so as to get rid of some of the formality. I think we can also edit it to make it a little bit more interesting. So, we have who are our characters here? We have Getz, we have Wheeler, and we have Lou. Getz is clearly the leader. Mr. Wheeler is, so we have leader, so probably the dive master. We have Mr. Wheeler, who is our newbie. Oh, we love a newbie. And we have Lou, who is troublemaker, long time diver. So let's try to make it less formal and more interesting. They're sitting quietly, catching their breath. We've all been diving together for a long time and are very comfortable with each other. Okay. Let's change this. All right. Well, we're going to make it a little bit more of a back and forth. So Getz will say, how long have we been diving together, Lou? And Lou will say, maybe couldn't count. I don't know. Let's just leave it. We're focusing on dialogue. Usually there'd be some sort of couldn't count. I want to say like Lou was fishing around in his bag trying to find the cigarette. Do people leave cigarette? Is that a cigarette? A cigarette. Do they just leave them loose in their bags? I don't know. Probably not. Um, what is it called? A pack? It's called a pack. Okay. Let's open. Okay, maybe I like Lou in this. He's very like, what a great line, right? To tell you stuff about a character. Um, so we could say something like, I want something like, I've been stuck with you for a while. Like I must have struck misfortune. I must have done something really bad to be stuck with you lot. Maybe he's British. You lot. Couldn't count. Yeah. Maybe we must have um done something bad. Yeah, we must have been real trouble in a past life to get stuck together for so long. And then we have right, get said. So we're comfortable with each other. So we're comfortable with each other. And we know, yeah, so we're comfortable with each other. What else would we say here? Something to the effect of like, I understand you're experienced, but you are new to us, so I wonder if you would mind my giving you a quick quiz just to satisfy ourselves your basic confidence. So that's way too formal. We're comfortable with each other. He should be a little bit more formal. I think that's who this character is, who has just shown up randomly on my on this exercise here. What's his name? Gets. So we're comfortable with each other. I don't know. We need to know we can trust you down there. Honestly, does he have to announce that he's giving them a quiz? It's just out loud. Like, we need to know we can trust you down there, right? Okay. And then we'll have Mr. Wheeler say, yes, sir. Why he's saying sir, I don't know. I don't know anything about these people, but that's fine. Okay, we'll get rid of this and then we'll say, all right, what's your maximum no decompress bottom time at 3 atmospheres? Now, this is a weird scene, obviously, because there's like no interiority, but it's just meant to focus on dialogue, so that's fair. I'm not going to try to change it up. I think this is fine. The U.S. Navy tables the last 60 minutes at 60 feet with a standard rate of ascent. It would be more interesting if he got it wrong. Um, but let's leave it there. He could say something. Lou could say something like annoying, but that would kind of ruin the last line. I was thinking, yeah, 60 minutes if you haven't something about diving. Let's just leave it. Wait, really? They only ask him one question? Okay. What would I say instead? Maybe like a fair enough. Fair enough, Mr. Wheeler. Um, okay, let's bring Lou in and make this more fun. Ding ding. Lou said, better than the last one. Saying his name feels weird. So let's just say good. Get said. We can't take chances out here. Chances out here. Um, no doctors, no recompression chamber in the country. So you see, we don't push the tables. And then Lou grinned boyishly, speaking with a cigarette in his mouth. You mean we don't regularly push the tables? Ah, I think that's a little bit better. If we're just focusing on sort of formality and trying to get some of the as you know, bobbing expository stuff out of it. As they sat quietly catching their breath, Getz said, how long have we been diving together, Lou? Couldn't count. Lou flipped open a pack of cigarettes. We must have been real trouble in a past life to get stuck together for so long. That could be more zingy. We'll leave it for now. Right, Getz said. So we're comfortable with each other. We need to know we can trust you down there, right? Yes, sir. So we're comfortable with each other. But we need to know whether we can trust you down there. Got it? Uh, what would you say to that? But you, we I don't know, he's kind of mean. But you, we need to know whether we can trust you down there. Yeah? Yeah? Yes, sir. All right. What's your maximum node decompressed bottom time at 3 atmospheres? The US Navy table allows 60 minutes at 60 feet with a standard rate of ascent. Ding ding, Lou said. Better than the last one. Good, Get said. We can't take chances out here. No doctors, no recompression chamber in the country, so you see we don't push the tables. I feel like that's a little bit better, a little bit looser. Let me know if you watch the recording of this, if you like the idea of doing this kind of exercise live. I'm curious. It is something I'm interested in experimenting more with. So, all right, it is 6:43, which means we can do another 10-minute sprint. Be back at 6:53, 6:54. Hopefully, we'll get another scene done, and off we go. Okay, that is another scene done. I I really didn't do very much. It was just like minor edits, and I part of me is like, should I have done more? Should I have, should I be sitting here trying to think up how to make it better? But it's honestly already really, really cute and I think kind of special for a romance scene. I'm gonna leave it as it is. You can always try to like, make things into set pieces and there are magical cookies, so I'm gonna leave it and I'm just gonna move on because we need to just get this book done. Not and so I'm going to be sort of triaging, like making a scene that's already good, even better, is very low on the triage list, besides like writing things that are completely absent. I really do think I might spend today finishing just going through Julian because he is mostly done. Um, I think it's mostly his Thursday scene that needs the biggest change, and then I just have to read through the Friday. But like he should be good. I should be able to finish him this weekend at the very least, and then on to Charlotte. On Charlotte, I should really do injunction with my interstitials. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, I was like gonna say maybe by the end of August, maybe by the first or second week of September, this will be ready to be shared a little bit more widely. Maybe I hope. Um, I don't know. I've never sent something to my agent before that I did not know was query pitch ready, and that I did not have about 30 people's eyes on it previously. My critique partner has read this, but I suppose I could get other beta readers, and I will get other beta readers for sure. I don't know. I don't really know how to navigate this. I've never done it before. Do I? It doesn't make sense to hire a developmental editor before I go back to my agent who will also have edits and who might not even want it, right? She might be like, not for me. Like, use your next. Show me your next project. Give me your next idea. I mean, she's seen a snippet, but well, we shall see. Thank you so much for watching. If you happen to catch this, this will hopefully be a little bit of a more regular thing. So sweet. I will leave you there, and yeah, see you tomorrow for the Substack article and potentially a YouTube video, and very soon for another live stream.